What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. I'm the host, T Money, and today I'm going to be doing my game recap on the Bulls and the Raptors game. Now, the Bulls is coming off a tough loss against OKC, the number one team in the NBA. So we're trying to bounce back from that loss we took the other day. It was pretty bad. We got blown out. So the Bulls come into this game 33-42, and the Raptors come into this game 28-47. Now, if the Bulls win this, then they could get in the play-in. I'm not sure what's the goal as far as this. I know we're developing young talent on this team, but I don't know if we should tank or if we should just keep competing and keep growing with this young team. But I do like where this young team is headed. We do have to get some more veteran pieces around this young team, though. So the starting lineup is Kobe White, Kevin Huerter, Buzelis, Vucevic, Josh Giddey. So coming out in the first quarter, man, Toronto came out hot, shooting a lot of threes. They went up 17-4 in that first quarter, hit about 5 threes. They went 5 for 5 from three. So I kind of figured that this was going to be how they're going to play. They're going to live by three, die by the three. But the Bulls was not shooting that much, wasn't really trying to match their three-point shooting and just trying to just get in the paint. Overall, I did see a lot more energy on the offensive end and a lot more energy on the defensive end, mainly just us working towards our strengths, trying to get into the paint, trying to run a fast break. So that's good that the Bulls came out, rejuvenated and energized and looking forward to winning this ball game. So the Bulls did have great ball movement. That's another thing that they picked up in this game. Coming off that tough loss. It was a lot of stagnant offense, a lot of just people just standing around. So the Bulls did have 13 assists on 14 made field goals in their first quarter. It was way better ball movement. And the Raptors, they was living by the three and down by the three, man, because they came out. They went 8 for 12 for three. We went 7 of 10 from three. The Bulls was playing with just a sense of urgency, like, man, we can't lose back-to-back games. So I did like what I seen in that first quarter, and the Bulls going into the second quarter up 32-39. This was a high-scoring game. Obviously, Toronto living by the three. That's why the points were so high. So the Bulls still was playing fast. They was really trying to get downhill, get fast break points. That's one of our strengths and one thing that got away from us the last game against OKC. And the Raptors, man, they was lighting it up from three, quickly, and a lot of those players was really lighting it up from three. And the Bulls was making their threes, and also we was pushing the pace and getting to the fast break. We had 20 points in the paint as a team in the second quarter, which was a good sign. And Josh Giddey was having a pretty good game for the most part. He had 13 points. 11 of those points came in the second quarter, so he was really trying to pick it up and get this offense rolling. And when he gets downhill for us, then that's a good sign for us. He's a pass-first type of play, even though he's 6'8", can see the whole floor, can make some pretty good passes. So that's good that he was looking for his shot, because then that opens up other shots for the players around him. And the Bulls ended up, running that fast-paced offense, ended up having 17 fast break points in that first quarter. We shot 57% from the field, and the Raptors defense was pretty much just non-existent. And if we working towards our strength, which is getting in transition, and y'all coming down just shooting threes and missing, we getting a rebound and we running, then y'all pretty much just playing in our hands. So this how the league got away from the Raptors. So the Bulls went up in that second quarter and going to halftime 57-70. And at the half, Vucevic had 14 points. Kobe White had 12 points. Josh Giddey had 13 points, 8 assists. Emmanuel Quickly had 13 points. And Jakob Poeltl had 8 points. So other than Quickly really scoring for them, nobody else was really getting anything going. I did expect to see more from Scotty Barnes, but he looked like he was just, being passive, like he just took the night off. And, that was a good sign for us because, we needed this win. Coming out into that third quarter, the Raptors were still shooting a lot of threes. They was getting shots up. They was running. They was trying to match our pace. I will say that they did compete, but they was living by the three and they died by the three. So that's just where they made their mistakes. And then they were dealing with a lot of injuries. They have Quickly, Ingram, Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett, who is like a really good core. I can't wait to see this team next year. But for the most part, it just wasn't their night. Kevin Huerter had 3 dunks on the whole night, and he's really like a three-point shooter. But a lot of people forget that Kevin Huerter is 6'7", big guard. He can pretty much get whatever he wanted in the paint if he really wanted to, but he's really like a spot-up shooter. And then the Bulls was pretty much getting every foul they wanted to. I feel like that was just from them being aggressive, trying to get into the paint and try to get downhill. And, we constantly was attacking them in the paint. We got to the free throw line a lot early, which was a good sign. And the Bulls ended up going on a 10-0 run in that third quarter and then ended up going up 68-86. So, They shooting threes, they missing, we getting rebounds, we running, we getting in the paint. We not trying to match them on the 3 point line. We're really trying to get this game over. We're really trying to blow them out. We're not trying to give them no life or anything like that. So the Raptors defense was just looking bad. I can't even lie. It was just like they just didn't really care. And the game ended up turning into a blowout as the Bulls ended up shooting 59% from the field in the third quarter. And the Raptors committed 15 teams fouls. It's like they just letting people blow past them and just reaching in and just hacking them. And it's like they really wasn't even trying, to be honest. But, for the most part, this was a great executed game for the Bulls. They pretty much just worked towards their strengths, which is pretty much just running the break and getting down and running, getting some open shots. Everybody run, making them miss, play defense. They pretty much played inside our hands. So coming into that fourth quarter, THT, the last game against OKC, he been getting a lot of minutes. He earned those minutes because of the spark he gave us coming in off the bench in that fourth quarter against OKC. So he came in, did the same thing pretty much in that fourth quarter, pretty much just lit it up, gave us a good spark off the bench. And the Bulls, we just kept the ball movement. We never let up on our offense. So the largest lead ended up going up to 27, and this was pretty much a blowout. We was too fast for them on the break. We was steady getting into the paint, and it was pretty much nothing that they could do. Kobe White, ended up scoring 20-plus points. 16 of the last 17 games, Kobe White scored 20-plus points, and he had like 23 by the time it was the fourth quarter. And the Raptors' offense just struggled. Like, their three-point shots wasn't falling. Wasn't nobody cutting, no ball movement. It's pretty much just a bad game for the Raptors, And the Bulls ended up having their ninth game with 20-plus fast break points, so we pretty much got what we wanted from this game and kind of just blew them out and didn't really look back. So the Bulls ended up winning this game 118 to 137. This was a pretty bad game for the Raptors because of the young core that they do have and the young core that they built. I do want to see them in the future. So the game highs, Kobe White had 28 points. Vucevic had 22 points, 10 rebounds. THT came off the bench with 27 points, man. If they don't give him more tick, I don't even know, man. That'd be kind of crazy if they don't give him more tick. So quickly ended up having 17 points. Jacoby Walker had 17 points, and Jakob Poeltl had 12 points. So the Raptors, this looked like they just took the night off. If you want my opinion, the Raptors look like they just took the night off. So the game great. I'm gonna give this game a B+. This is a weaker team in the Eastern Conference. Of course, I want to see us play like this against top 5, top 6 or 7 seed in the East. But if it's a win, so we'll take it. I'm not really mad at the win. I just want to see us really compete against those high caliber playoff teams and see what we stand at and see what we can improve at from now. That will be all for my game recap. Make sure you like and subscribe, and see y'all next time.